you feel like something in your life needs to shift, it probably does. Change doesn't happen by accident. It's the result of intentional choices made daily. The difference between staying stuck and moving forward often comes down to understanding what's holding you back and what needs to be done next. Success isn't reserved for the lucky. It's built by those who are willing to do the inner work. The sooner you align your actions with the life you want, the faster that life becomes real. Transformation isn't a mystery. It's a decision. In the next few moments, you'll uncover the inner transformations that set apart those who chase validation from those who walk their own path with success. When define your purpose clearly. To navigate the vast and often unpredictable seas of life successfully, one must begin with a simple yet profound step. Define your purpose. Just as a sailor needs a compass to stay on course, every human being needs a clearly defined aim to bring meaning, direction, and coherence to their life. Without it, even the most determined efforts can feel scattered and ultimately unfulfilling. Your purpose is not just a casual interest or fleeting passion. It is the beacon that illuminates your path, guiding your every action, informing your decisions, and shaping your character. It is the underlying force that drives persistence, courage, and growth. When you know why you are doing something, the how becomes easier to figure out. Even in moments of darkness or difficulty, a strong sense of purpose can be the light that keeps you moving forward. Consider the story of Thomas Edison. The invention of the electric bulb was not the result of a random experiment, nor was it a stroke of luck. It was born out of a clear, burning desire, a vision to illuminate the world. Edison did not view his countless failed attempts as setbacks, but rather as necessary steps on the path to his goal. He had a vivid sense of purpose, and this purpose became his unwavering fuel. Through failure after failure, it was his purpose that kept him resilient, focused, and inspired. When your purpose is vivid and deeply rooted, the challenges of life begin to transform. Obstacles no longer seem like dead ends. They become stepping stones. Each setback teaches you something, each hardship builds your strength, and each failure becomes a redirection rather than a defeat. Purpose brings clarity where there is confusion, and strength where there is fear. It shapes your thoughts, sharpens your focus, and builds your determination. Without a purpose, life can feel like a series of disconnected events. It becomes easy to drift aimlessly, influenced by the opinions of others or the distractions of the moment. This is much like a ship lost at sea without a compass. It may still be moving, but it has no direction, no destination, and such movement, though full of effort, often leads nowhere meaningful. But a life guided by purpose is different. It is focused, passionate, and alive. Every day becomes an opportunity to move one step closer to a meaningful destiny. The energy you bring to your work, your relationships, and your personal growth is magnified by your commitment to your purpose. Even the smallest actions take on significance because they are aligned with your deeper goals. Therefore, it is essential to find your definite purpose, that one guiding principle or vision that resonates with your inner self. This is not something you stumble upon. It is something you seek, reflect upon, and choose with intention. Once found, commit it firmly to your mind. Let it become a part of who you are, not just something you do. Allow it to guide your choices, to shape your habits, and to fuel your persistence. In doing so, every step you take will carry you closer to your destiny. You will find fulfillment not in the grand destination alone, but in the journey itself, a journey illuminated by clarity, resilience, and purpose. For in the end, it is not the winds that determine your direction, but the set of your sail, and your purpose is that sail. Define it, embrace it, live it. 2. Cultivate unwavering self-belief. Belief is the invisible bridge that connects the realm of dreams to the land of reality. It is the internal force that transforms hopes into plans and plans into achievements. Without belief, a deep, unwavering faith in your own potential, even the most straightforward goals can seem impossible. It is not the size of the challenge that defeats most people, but the absence of belief in their ability to overcome it. The world has witnessed countless stories of individuals who rose from difficult circumstances to achieve greatness, and at the core of each of these stories lies the same powerful truth. They believed in themselves when no one else did. Helen Keller, struck by illness in early childhood, she lost both her sight and hearing. Yet rather than succumbing to despair or accepting a life of limitation, she chose to believe that she could learn, grow, and contribute meaningfully to the world. Through sheer determination, tireless effort, and the guidance of her dedicated teacher, Anne Sullivan, Helen Keller became a renowned author activist and symbol of human potential. Her life is a testament to what belief can do. It didn't restore her sight or her hearing, but it allowed her to see possibilities and hear the call of a purpose greater than her circumstances. Her belief didn't remove her limitations, it empowered her to transcend them. This same power exists within each of us. Every person carries untapped potential, skills, strengths, and gifts waiting to be awakened, but potential remains dormant until it is ignited by belief. You must first believe that you can before you ever will. That belief becomes the foundation upon which your actions are built. It motivates you to try, to persevere, and to learn. When you allow doubt to take root in your mind, it acts like a corrosive agent, weakening your resolve and clouding your judgment. Doubt whispers that you're not good enough, not smart enough, not capable enough. But belief silences that voice. It tells you that you have everything you need within you to begin, and that growth and mastery will follow. Each time you take action despite uncertainty, and each time you succeed, even in small ways, your belief grows stronger. This creates a virtuous cycle. Belief fuels action, action leads to success, and success reinforces belief. The stronger your belief becomes, the bolder your actions grow, and the greater your achievements become. It is a self-sustaining loop of growth and accomplishment. But belief is not a one-time choice. It is a daily commitment. It is choosing to affirm your potential, especially on days when things go wrong. It is reminding yourself of your past victories and of those who walk the path of resilience before you. Surround yourself with thoughts, people, and environments that nurture your belief, rather than diminish it. Protect it like a flame in the wind. Refuse to entertain doubts that serve no purpose. Instead, cultivate a mindset rooted in faith, resilience, and vision. Visualize your goals, affirm your strengths, and take consistent steps forward. Let your belief become so deeply embedded in your identity that it shapes how you speak, act, and think. In the end, the distance between where you are and where you wish to be is crossed not by chance or luck, but by belief. It is the most essential ingredient in every success story, the spark that turns dreams into plans and plans into reality. Believe in yourself, unshakably, unapologetically, and unwaveringly. For with belief, you are already halfway there. 3. Set precise goals and take action. Goals give form and structure to your purpose. While purpose is the deep-rooted reason that fuels your journey, goals are the milestones that mark your progress. Without goals, purpose remains abstract and unmeasured. A meaningful life demands more than just desire or vision. It demands direction, discipline, and clarity. To truly harness the power of purpose, you must set clear, precise, and actionable goals. Consider the image of an archer drawing his bow. If he does not know where the target lies, each arrow he releases is an act of weight. His strength, his skill, and his potential go unfulfilled because his aim is unfocused. So too in life, vague ambitions yield vague results. You cannot achieve what you cannot define. Andrew Carnegie, born into poverty in Scotland, he rose to become one of the wealthiest and most influential industrialists in American history. Mr. Carnegie did not stumble upon success. He envisioned it with crystal clarity. He knew what he wanted to dominate the steel industry and build a lasting legacy. Every decision he made, every opportunity he pursued was aligned with his specific goals. His path was not easy, but it was clear. With purpose as his compass and goals as his map, he transformed not just his own life, but the fabric of a nation. Mr. Carnegie's story teaches us that greatness is not born from chance. It is cultivated through deliberate and intelligent goal setting. If you want to build something significant, you must begin by writing down your goals. There is a unique power in taking thoughts from the mind and putting them on paper. It is a declaration of intent, a contract with yourself. But do not stop at merely listing your goals. Break them down into manageable, actionable steps. A grand vision can be overwhelming if not structured properly. But when broken into smaller milestones, it becomes achievable, like climbing a mountain. Each step brings you closer to the summit, even if the peak feels distant at first. Every small step taken is progress. There is no action too minor if it brings you closer to your goal. Progress fuels motivation. It creates momentum. As you complete one step, you gain confidence to tackle the next. Before long, what once seemed impossible becomes inevitable. Act decisively. Avoid the trap of endless planning without execution. Goals are meaningless if they are not pursued. Fear, procrastination, and doubt are the enemies of progress. The cure is action. Take the first step, no matter how small, and commit to consistency. You do not have to be perfect, but you must be persistent. Moreover, review and refine your goals regularly. Life is dynamic, and your path may need adjustments. Stay flexible, but never lose sight of your destination. Let your goals evolve with your growth, becoming more refined as your purpose deepens. In the end, success is not a sudden leap. It is a series of well-aimed steps. Goals give your purpose shape. They transform dreams into tasks, and tasks into triumph. The world does not reward vague wishes, but it does reward clear intentions followed by courageous action. So write down your goals. Make them specific. Break them down. Act boldly, and above all, stay consistent. For with each step you take, you are not just moving forward, you are building a legacy of purpose, precision, and progress. 4. Develop unshakable resilience. Life is an unpredictable journey filled with tests, trials, and setbacks. No matter how carefully you plan or how noble your intentions, challenges will arise. They come in many forms: failure, rejection, loss, or unexpected obstacles. But it is not the presence of hardship that defines a person. It is their response to it. And that response is shaped by one powerful trait: resilience. Resilience is the quiet strength that allows you to rise after every fall. It is the inner resolve that pushes you to keep moving forward, even when the path is unclear or the burden feels unbearable. Those who ultimately succeed in life are not the ones who never fall, but the ones who rise again and again with renewed determination. Abraham Lincoln's journey was anything but smooth. He failed in business, lost multiple elections, and faced personal tragedies that would have broken a lesser man. Yet through every setback, he refused to surrender. He saw failure not as an end, but as a step towards something greater. Lincoln eventually became the 16th President of the United States, and his leadership during one of the nation's darkest periods is a testament to the strength of resilient character. His life teaches us that failure is not fatal, and that perseverance can lead to the highest achievements. To cultivate resilience, you must first shift your perspective on setbacks. Rather than seeing them as signs of inadequacy or reasons to give up, view them as lessons. Each failure carries a message, an opportunity to grow, adapt, and become stronger. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this experience? How can I use this to improve? The answers to these questions will transform adversity into a tool for self-development. Another key to resilience is maintaining an optimistic attitude. This does not mean ignoring reality or pretending everything is fine when it isn't. It means choosing to believe in the possibility of a better tomorrow, even when today feels overwhelming. Optimism gives you the emotional fuel to keep trying. It shifts your focus from what went wrong to what can still go right. Surround yourself with positive influences. Whether it's uplifting books, supportive friends, or inspiring mentors, your environment plays a crucial role in shaping your mindset. Choose to feed your mind with strength and hope, rather than fear and doubt. Build habits that reinforce resilience: journaling, physical exercise, or simply taking time to reflect and reset. Most importantly, remember that resilience is not about being unbreakable. It is about being willing to bend without breaking, to acknowledge pain without being consumed by it, and to continue moving forward even when progress is slow. Resilience is a muscle that grows stronger every time you use it. Your strength is not measured by how often you fall, but by how courageously you rise again. Each time you get back up, you build character. Each time you push through, you build confidence. And with each challenge you overcome, you become more prepared for the next. In the grand tapestry of life, setbacks are not stains to hide, but threads that give your story its depth and beauty. Embrace them. Learn from them. Let them forge you into someone wiser, braver, and more determined. For in the end, life doesn't reward those who never fall. It rewards those who rise again and again with the heart of a warrior and the spirit of a dreamer. That is the power of resilience, and it is within you. 5. Harness the power of positive thinking. Your thoughts shape your reality. They are the silent architects of your life, crafting your perception, your attitude, and ultimately your outcomes. Whether you rise or fall, succeed or fail is often determined not by your external circumstances, but by the internal dialogue playing in your mind. A positive mindset acts as a powerful magnet, attracting opportunities, people, and solutions. In contrast, negative thinking clouds judgment, drains energy, and invites despair. The idea that thoughts influence reality is not new, but it was brought to the forefront of public consciousness by Norman Vincent Peale. He inspired millions to embrace optimism and faith in themselves. Mr. Peale taught that by changing one's thoughts, one could change their life. His philosophy was simple, yet profound. Fill your mind with positive thoughts, and your life will follow that direction. Through his work, he helped countless individuals break free from self-imposed limitations and transform their lives through the power of belief and constructive thinking. Think of your mind as fertile soil. Whatever seeds you plant, whether of hope or of fear, of confidence or of doubt, will grow. If you constantly feed your mind with negativity, self-doubt, and pessimism, that is what your reality will reflect. But if you plant seeds of positivity, nurture them with daily affirmations, determination, and self-belief, you will begin to see the fruits of success take shape in your life. Positive thinking is not about ignoring reality or pretending problems don't exist. It is about choosing to focus on solutions instead of problems, on possibilities instead of limitations. When you face challenges with a constructive attitude, you are far more likely to find creative solutions and maintain the resilience needed to persevere. Your mental attitude becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. If you believe that good things are possible and that you are capable of achieving them, you will act in ways that align with that belief. You will take initiative, push through fear, and bounce back from failure. On the other hand, if you dwell in negativity, you become hesitant, risk-averse, and more likely to give up at the first sign of difficulty. Maintaining a positive mindset requires daily effort. Begin by becoming aware of your thoughts. Notice the inner voice that speaks to you throughout the day. Is it encouraging or critical, hopeful or fearful? Replace negative self-talk with empowering statements. Speak to yourself with kindness just as you would to a close friend facing a challenge. Surround yourself with positive influences. Spend time with optimistic people and limit exposure to toxic or discouraging environments. Practice gratitude daily. It shifts your focus from what is lacking to what is abundant. Gratitude is the gateway to positivity. Visualization is another powerful tool. See your goals in your mind's eye as already achieved. Feel the success, the joy, and the satisfaction as if it is already real. This mental rehearsal prepares your mind and body to act in alignment with that vision. When you keep your mental attitude positive and constructive, you will find that life begins to change in surprising and meaningful ways. Doors will open where before you saw only walls. Opportunities will arise that once seemed impossible. People will be drawn to your energy, and challenges will no longer intimidate you. In the grand scheme of success, your mindset is the foundation. Without a positive attitude, no amount of skill or talent can compensate. But with it, even the most ordinary person can achieve extraordinary things. So plant seeds of positivity in your mind. Water them with determination, nourish them with faith, and protect them from the weeds of doubt. In time, they will bear the fruits of joy, fulfillment, and lasting success. 6. Surround yourself with supportive people. Your journey towards success is profoundly influenced by the people you surround yourself with. Just as plants thrive in fertile soil, so too do dreams flourish in a nurturing environment. The thoughts, beliefs, and attitudes of those around you can either propel you forward or hold you back. Therefore, choosing your circle with intention is one of the most critical decisions you can make. You are not an island. Every conversation, every interaction, and every shared experience subtly shapes your mindset and direction. If you consistently associate with individuals who uplift you, challenge you, and believe in your potential, your path becomes clearer and more empowered. On the other hand, if you are surrounded by negativity, doubt, and complacency, it becomes much harder to maintain the energy and belief needed to pursue your goals. Eleanor Roosevelt, throughout her life, she aligned herself with thinkers, visionaries, and reformers. These associations helped shape her worldview and fuel her groundbreaking humanitarian work. Far from isolating herself in comfort or status, she actively sought conversations that stretched her thinking and aligned with her value. Her powerful network didn't just support her, it inspired her to become a catalyst for change. Her legacy was not born in solitude, but in the fertile ground of empowering relationships. In your own life, you must seek out those who encourage your aspirations. These individuals do not have to be perfect or even successful in the conventional sense. What matters is their mindset, their ability to see possibility, to support growth, and to push you to be better. Surround yourself with people who talk about ideas, who share dreams, who strive to learn, grow, and improve. These are the companions of success. Relationships are either energy givers or energy drainers. Pay close attention to how you feel after spending time with someone. Are you inspired, energized, and motivated, or do you feel discouraged, anxious, and depleted? This emotional feedback is your internal compass, guiding you toward or away from certain people. It is also important to recognize that distancing yourself from negative influences is not an act of arrogance or cruelty. It is an act of self-preservation and respect for your future. People who consistently doubt you, belittle your goals, or spread pessimism are not harmless. Their words and energy plant seeds of doubt and hesitation that can silently sabotage your progress. Create an environment that encourages growth and prosperity. This doesn't just mean surrounding yourself with successful people. It means surrounding yourself with those who are committed to growth. People who are passionate about their pursuits, who embrace challenges, and who support others create a culture of excellence. Also, be the kind of person others are drawn to. Offer support, encouragement, and inspiration. Become a builder of others' dreams, and you will find your own supported in return. The energy you give is the energy you attract. Seek mentors who have walked the path you aspire to take. Their wisdom can shorten your learning curve and prevent avoidable mistakes. At the same time, nurture friendships with peers who are equally committed to personal and professional development. These mutual support systems can become some of your most valuable assets. In the end, no one succeeds alone. The greatest journeys are walked with great companions. Choose yours wisely. Invest in relationships that nourish your mind and soul, and courageously walk away from those that poison your spirit. Your environment is not just the backdrop of your story. It is the ecosystem in which your success grows. Remember, you rise by lifting others, and you grow by staying close to those who lift you. Build your circle, guard it fiercely, and together you will rise. Embrace continuous learning. Life never stops teaching, so you must never stop learning. The journey of education does not end with a diploma or a degree. It is not confined to the walls of a classroom or the pages of a textbook. True education is a lifelong pursuit, a continuous unfolding of wisdom, curiosity, and growth. The most successful people in history were not necessarily those with the most formal education, but those who never ceased to learn. Benjamin Franklin, one of the most admired figures in history, embodied this philosophy of lifelong learning. Despite limited formal schooling, Franklin became an inventor, statesman, writer, and philosopher. His achievements ranged from founding libraries to experimenting with electricity. What fueled this vast array of accomplishments? A deep, insatiable curiosity and a relentless desire to learn. Franklin approached every day as a classroom, every experience as a lesson, and every person as a potential teacher. His life is a shining example of how continuous learning opens the doors to extraordinary success. You too have access to this powerful habit. Each day presents a new opportunity to expand your knowledge, deepen your understanding, and sharpen your skills. But you must be intentional about it. Learning doesn't happen by accident. It requires effort, attention, and humility. The willingness to admit you don't know everything, and the courage to seek out what you lack. Reading is one of the most accessible and powerful tools of learning. It allows you to tap into the minds of great thinkers, to absorb their experiences, and to accelerate your own growth. A book can be your silent mentor, guiding you through challenges and offering insights that would take a lifetime to discover on your own. Whether it's personal development, philosophy, history, or your specific field of work, make reading a non-negotiable part of your routine. Ask questions. Never be afraid to inquire or to challenge assumptions. Curiosity is the engine of wisdom. When you question what you see, hear, and experience, you engage your mind more deeply and unlock greater understanding. Every conversation, every challenge, and every mistake is a chance to learn something new, but only if you are paying attention. Seek knowledge that aligns with your goals. Learning for the sake of learning is noble, but learning with a purpose is transformational. Identify the skills, perspectives, and insights that can help you move closer to your dreams. Then pursue them with passion. Take courses, attend seminars, and surround yourself with people who know more than you do. Growth happens when you stretch beyond your current limits. But knowledge alone is not enough. Wisdom comes from applying what you learn. Take your insights and put them into action. Test your theories. Reflect on your results. Learning that leads to change is the most powerful kind of learning. It doesn't just add to your knowledge, it transforms your character. In a world that is constantly evolving, the ability to learn quickly and adapt intelligently is more valuable than any single skill. What worked yesterday may not work tomorrow. By committing to continuous learning, you future-proof yourself. You stay relevant, capable, and ready to seize new opportunities. Make learning a part of your identity. Be known as someone who seeks truth, asks questions, and strives to grow. Let your mind remain open, your heart humble, and your spirit curious. In doing so, you will not only achieve success, but sustain it over time. Remember, life is the greatest teacher, and every moment is a lesson. Embrace the mindset of a lifelong student, and you will find that wisdom, success, and fulfillment follow naturally. For in the ever-unfolding journey of life, the learners are the ones who lead. 8. Live with integrity and honesty. Integrity is the foundation upon which lasting success is built. It is the invisible force that shapes your character and defines how others see you. While talent may win opportunities and hard work may drive achievement, it is integrity that sustains respect and trust over time. A life lived honestly is one that earns admiration, inspires confidence, and leaves a legacy that outlives temporary victories. George Washington, the first President of the United States. He was not only a skilled leader, but also a man of unwavering character. His actions consistently matched his words, and this alignment between values and behavior earned him the trust of a nation. Even in times of great pressure and uncertainty, Washington stood firm in his principles. He chose honesty over convenience, duty over personal gain, and service over self. It was his integrity, more than any other quality, that earned him respect across generations. Integrity is not negotiable. It is not something to display only when it is easy or profitable. It must be constant, regardless of who is watching. In fact, the true test of integrity is how you act when no one is watching. Do you keep your promises? Do you admit when you're wrong? Do you stand up for what is right, even when it's difficult? These are the quiet, often unseen moments that define your character. When people trust your character, doors open that might otherwise remain closed forever. Opportunities often come not just to the most skilled or connected, but to those who are known for being dependable and ethical. In business, in friendships, in leadership, integrity is the quality that inspires lasting relationships. People want to work with, follow, and support those they can trust. Living with integrity also brings an unmatched peace of mind. There is no inner conflict when your actions align with your values. You don't have to remember lies, cover up mistakes, or live in fear of being exposed. Honesty creates clarity and freedom. It allows you to face each day with confidence, knowing you are living truthfully and honorably. Make honesty your hallmark. Let it be the standard by which you operate, even in the smallest things. Speak the truth, act fairly, and treat others with respect. These simple acts, repeated consistently, build a reputation that cannot be bought or faked. And reputation, once earned through integrity, becomes one of your greatest assets. Your legacy will not be defined solely by what you achieve, but by how you achieved it. People may forget the details of your success, but they will remember your character. Let your reputation be built on integrity, and you will leave behind something far more valuable than wealth or accolades. In the end, integrity is not just a moral choice, it is a strategic one. It draws people to you, sustains your success, and gives you a lasting sense of peace. Build your life on it, and everything else will have a strong foundation to grow upon. 9. Practice persistence until you succeed. Persistence is the key to mastery. It is the invisible thread that connects ambition to achievement. In a world that often celebrates instant success, it is easy to overlook the quiet, unrelenting force of persistence. Yet those who refuse to quit, even in the face of repeated failure, are the ones who inevitably rise to greatness. Henry Ford, a man whose name is now synonymous with innovation and industry. Before creating the revolutionary Model T and forever transforming transportation, Mr. Ford encountered failure after failure. His first 2 automotive ventures went bankrupt. Investors doubted his vision. Critics mocked his ideas. But Mr. Ford did not give up. He learned from each setback, refined his approach, and kept moving forward. His persistence ultimately gave birth to an industry and changed the course of history. This is the power of persistence. It does not guarantee immediate results, but it ensures progress. Each failure, rather than being a final verdict, becomes a stepping stone. Every obstacle overcome builds strength, knowledge, and character. With each attempt, you get closer to your goal, even if the progress is not immediately visible. Persistence requires a mindset rooted in resilience and faith. You must believe in your vision even when the world does not. You must press on when motivation fades, when results are slow, and when the path is lonely. The journey to success is rarely smooth, but those who persist are the ones who reach the destination. Temporary defeat is not permanent failure. Too many dreams are abandoned because of early setbacks. But the truth is, failure is a natural part of the growth process. It teaches lessons that no success ever could. The key is not to avoid failure, but to persist through it, to rise each time you fall, and keep going when it feels easier to quit. Persistence transforms vision into reality. It turns ideas into inventions, dreams into businesses, and ordinary individuals into legends. Every great achievement in history was once considered impossible, but someone somewhere refused to give up. They faced rejection, endured criticism, and overcame doubt. And because they persisted, the impossible became possible. To cultivate persistence, set clear goals and commit to them. Break down your larger vision into smaller, manageable steps. Celebrate small wins along the way. Surround yourself with people who encourage your journey. And most importantly, keep showing up every day, no matter what. There will be times when progress feels slow or non-existent. There will be moments of doubt, but remember, the greatest breakthroughs often come just after the point most people give up. Your ability to keep going is your greatest asset. In the end, persistence is not just about endurance. It is about belief in your purpose, in your path, and in your power to make a difference. Let persistence be the engine that drives your success. Refuse to be stopped by failure. Press on with determination. For those who persist, success is not a matter of if, but when. True success is measured by the positive impact you have on others. Service to humanity enriches your own life profoundly. Mother Teresa dedicated herself entirely to serving the poor, transforming millions of lives through her compassion. When you give freely without expecting returns, the universe responds generously. Service broadens your heart, enriches your spirit, and multiplies your success. Aim to uplift others on your journey, and you'll find true fulfillment. Now, commit yourself fully to these principles. Transform your mindset, refine your purpose, and let your potential shine. Your journey begins today. Take these principles and step boldly into the extraordinary life that awaits you.